Good morning, everyone, and a happy Super Bowl Sunday. We've got a lot of things going on for our Super Bowl Sundays, so you're going to want to get up early, get out on the hill, and then get ready for your afternoon plans. Super Bowl starts at 4:30, so that doesn't even affect your skiing because the lifts close at 3:30 over in Vail, 4 o'clock here at the Beeves, so you can get a full day in before you settle in to watch the big game. But we're going to give you details on all that. We're going to let you know what the grooming report is, going to let you know what the weather is all about today, and the next chance for any kind of snow in the forecast. So sit back, relax, enjoy. We've got Vail Valley Live starting now.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Vail Valley Live. My name is Ty Diaz. We are broadcasting live from 1300 West Haven Drive in Vail, the home of the Grand Hyatt and the Cascade Chairlift number 20. A lot to discover on this property that gives you access to the slopes and back, and plenty to do around the Vail Valley just from this point of reference right here. Thanks for tuning in with us. As you saw, Trisha Swenson, she'll be broadcasting live from Beaver Creek this morning, sharing with you a lot of the events that are going on. Also letting you know what's going on today's show, giving you some ideas of where to catch the game. That's what Trisha has alluded to you. And we're talking about the Super Bowl Sunday places to party, as it's written down right here on today's rundown. Also let you know about Beaver Creek activities this week if you're just joining with us. And of many, you can find it yourself on beavercreek.com, their website. And you can click the link this week in Beaver Creek and see their calendar of events. But yeah, we're going to let you know about all those things happening on Vail Valley Live while you're with us for this 1 hour, 7:30 until 8:30. But if you're just tuning in and you're saying, I told my friends about this show, and I want to double check how you're watching it, Facebook or YouTube, and how you can interact live with us, click the link, hitting like and subscribe. From there, it'll populate a notification every morning that the show is about to start. That's how it happens. For me at home, if I want to watch the show, I just talk to my smart device. Maybe you can do that with yours too, your Siri or your Google, to play Vail Valley Live on the TV is the way it's worded in my programming. And then my TV turns on and I'm watching the show right here. You can also watch Vail Valley Live on Outside Television 17, which is Comcast Xfinity on Channel 17 every day. And even throughout the day, you can watch their regular outdoor lifestyle programming. It's a lot of fun to keep those activities on because it inspires you about everything that you can do outdoors, anywhere from flying around in the squirrel suit, skiing, boarding, hiking, adventuring, telling stories about your adventures, traveling around the world, you name it. Driving the show this morning, we have Anthony. How are you doing this morning, Anthony?
Loving it.
Have you figured out how to turn your camera and microphone on over there yet? Not yet?
Not yet.
All right.
That's coming.
All right, well, they will let you know how to do that. And that way people can see who's driving the show as we reference any of you, Leah, Rachel, sometime. All right, what we can do right now is give you a look at the weather for the start of the morning. Sunrise this morning, 7 a.m. Sunset, 5:37. According to the dash display on my car, it was 8 below coming in. But that was starting the morning trek down in Avon. But as we look at the current temperature at Beaver Creek this morning, it's saying that it's 13 degrees at Beeve. It is 12 at Vail. And as we look at the progression throughout the day, high temperatures, by noon, they're looking at the mid to upper 20s, both Vail and Beaver Creek. And yeah, that's a nice progression where you can start your morning off, as we're seeing a lot of people are doing, making their way to grab coffee, walking the dog, taking the kids out for an early stroll, watching that sun rise again at 7 a.m. in that early morning hours. The early bird catches the worm and or coffee. And so that starts out usually with layers. Though sometimes I see people not necessarily overdressed when you're going to grab that coffee out in these elements. Some are just sweats and open toe flip-flops or shorts and a puffy jacket, maybe a beanie. Smart device following the show, and all let's go. So I commend you guys for being so brave as well. We're also going to give you a look at the traffic at some point here today. But let's go and check it with Trisha Swenson. She's out in it. And speaking of traffic this morning, Trisha Swenson, I love the corduroy every morning, just seeing that. You're right there on it. It's kind of like looking at the grooves in a record, of vinyl. And you're, anyone walking on it are the stylist. How are you?
Oh, you know what? It's like a runway. It's like the red carpet runway, the white carpet here. And Ty, you know what? I mean, if we don't have new snow, we might as well enjoy the corduroy. And if you get out here early, 8:30 is when the lifts open on both mountains. This is going to be your ticket. It's going to be just great. I love when you can kind of hear the corduroy,
Oh
almost
yeah.
feel the reverberations under your skis or boards. And it is just going to be a great day. We're just getting things ready. We're opening things up. We're getting the all the ropes up for the lifts. We've got a snow cat behind me that you can see, and that's the type of snow cats that can is a people mover as well. So a lot of times they'll bring employees up, maybe to Bino's cabin, or to other places up on the mountain where necessarily maybe they don't have the lift service going. But that's what's behind me right now. The yellow jackets are getting into place, and I think we'll see. I think we'll see a mild crowd today. Yesterday, very busy on both Vail and Beaver Creek,
Oh yeah.
but today being Super Bowl Sunday, well, and just being a Sunday in general, we typically have a little less people out here. Many people are making their way back to where they came from. Maybe if they're out here for a vacation, they might have to run down back to DIA. But I think with the Super Bowl, sometimes people that are on the Front Range, they want to watch it at home, or they've got a Super Bowl watch party at home. So I think there's going to be less people on the mountain, especially by this afternoon.
Yeah, it's one of those things where do you treat a Sunday Fun Day, Super Bowl Sunday, like it's an extended weekend and stay with us? Enjoy being in this
Yeah.
resort and watch the game. And it's an early call, too, to action to find who has the game on around the valley, grabbing that beer already. And even me as a bartender, you could find guests walking into your location. It could be 2 o'clock saying, "Hey, can you just go ahead and turn the game on?" It's like, dude, the game
Yeah.
doesn't start for like another 2.5, 3 hours. Come on. But yeah, we can get
Oh,
you
yeah.
a
But
beer.
anyway,
Just ask for it properly.
yeah, and you know what, Ty, you know that there's going to be so much pregame hype and everything, and just so people know, because I've had several people ask me like, "Wait, who's in the Super Bowl?" So we've got Kansas City Chiefs playing the Philadelphia Eagles. The game is going to start at 4:30 Mountain Standard Time, and but all that pregame hype, everything. The big topic this week was there's two brothers that are playing. There's We've got Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey, and their mom, Donna, was maybe going to do the coin toss.
Oh,
But
wow.
you know what? She said, you know what? Nope, that's not going to happen. She says, the military is more important than I am. And there's a lot of people who put their blood, sweat, and tears out there for the USA, and I have not. I've been a banker and sat in a cushy chair for most of my career. The NFL is going to honor one of their own, Pat Tillman, a great football player, a great American, a great hero who died in the line of duty. So the military, they're doing a special thing to honor Pat Tillman. So a lot of people, there's already over 4,500 comments just on that post
Wow.
alone. So you know what? There's just so much going on. All week in Phoenix. Where this game is going to be held. The hype is there, and all the news station, the sports stations have been tracking this, and the Eagles are favored. So that's kind of what we know right now. But Ty, I always like that the game starts at 4:30. It starts after the lifts close, so you don't have to make that choice. Do I ski and ride, or do I go watch the Super Bowl? You can have it all today. You can do a full day, bell to bell, and then get in and watch the game.
That's very true, but you also have to look at what it takes to get into an establishment and reserve your seating and hold it down for that random number, that party, your group just grabbing chairs from other tables and becoming front and center, this erratic bleacher style at a pub, staring at a big screen somewhere. And so locally, are you watching the game, and if so, where? Or is there game day at Trisha Swenson Land?
Hey, you know what? Okay, so we've got my sister and her husband are in town. They're from Chicago, so they have a huge group in from Chicago and elsewhere. We just had a big dinner last night at Miller and Lux. Friday, we're checking out the Phil Long show. So we've got reserved spots at Kachina,
Oh,
which is in
yeah.
the Lodge at Vail. They're doing the $49 buffet. You
Ooh.
can just get so you can order a la carte, that sort of thing. So that's where we're going to go. But there's so many other places too that will have the games on. Red Lion, of course, says they're 21 TVs. Leonora at the Sebastian, they're doing bucket of beers deals. So 36 for microbrew, a bucket of beers, 30 for domestics. They've got Dragones, tequila on sale. They've got some whiskey flights, so some whiskey tastings. They're get your table for that. I think 4 o'clock is when they start chasing rabbits.
Oh
It's
yeah.
going to have 2 screens. So that will be fun. If you have not seen that brand new nightclub yet, they're going to be open a little early. So 4 o'clock, you don't get tickets in advance. You just go there and you pay the cover charge. But get there, so you can get in, because I think they'll always limit those numbers.
All right, speaking of limiting those numbers, thank you very much, Trisha Swenson. We're going to give you another look at today's temperatures and the numbers as far as how much snow we received in the past 24 hours. Both Vail and Beaver Creek, a weather forecast brought to you by the outlets of Silverthorne. No new snow to report the past 24 hours. Both mountains, but starting the morning off in the mid-teens. And our high temperatures today, again, both Vail and Beaver Creek Mountain, mid to upper 20s. And again, this weather is brought to you by the outlets of Silverthorne. Are you pre-gaming today? Is it your game day for you? And I'm talking about on the slopes. Stay close to us. We're going to be sharing with you, a little bit more about Vail and Beaver Creek Mountain and how you can access it. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Nap Harvest. We are showcasing healthy habits, and you can start right here feeding your family healthy organic vegetables and fruits that are seasonal and local. They're all the way from Arizona with our wonderful, beautiful citrus fruits that we sneak across the border for. But don't forget our nap mushrooms, grown at 9,000 feet. Mushrooms are chock full of benefits for you. And then also the microgreens, also chock full of vitamins. Come see us at Nap Harvest in Eagle Ranch on Sylvan Lake Road next to Color Coffee. We're open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 4.
In Vail.
You are watching Vail Valley Live. Ty Diaz here, broadcasting live from the Grand Hyatt at Vail. Today, it is your home for game day specials. Again, 1300 West Haven Drive. And here's what they have on the menu as you're looking for where your pregame or your full game for the Super Bowl will be. They have artichoke dip on the menu for you today, as well as chicken nachos, twice cooked wings, different flavors, your choice of barbecue, garlic, parm, or Korean. There's a prosciutto and fig pizza, margarita pizza, a veggie pizza, and draft beer. And that's important as well. $5 for your draft beer. That's the Grand Hyatt Vail. Come here to catch some of your game day specials for the Super Bowl. And looking at the weather once again, and noticing at the bottom of the screen the crawl of what's groomed on Vail Mountain. Today's temperatures, we're looking for some sunshine, keeping some spotty clouds around at times as well. High temperatures making their way into the mid to upper 20s, as you can see by noon. But starting the morning off, somewhat chilly in the mid-teens, mid to lower teens right there. And as you can see with Trisha Swenson over in Beaver Creek, bundled up with a nice beanie on that has a palm, nice fuzzy palm on there, a nice fuzzy hoodie jacket on, looking all the layers in the part, and somewhat monochromatic to the snow meeting the sky conditions. And so yeah, again, that weather that we just shared with you the next few days, we're looking for temperatures to continue to climb. It looks like here tomorrow, which is the 13th of Feb, the 40s is what they're calling for, mid to upper 30s, 40s, overnight low temperatures, almost the single digits. Wednesday, a dip in temperatures drastically compared to tomorrow. Tuesday, the highs we're looking for the mid-20s, holding the overnight low temperatures the same. But by Thursday, we're looking for the below figures for the overnight low temperatures. And we're also looking at colder temperatures after Tuesday and continue to get colder Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and also some snow development there too. Potential chances upwards of 10 inches of snow this upcoming week. So if you have a snow dance in you, them to go ahead and do those for us. But there's how it will develop each day of the week for both Beaver Creek and Vail. And those numbers seem to be somewhat the same in the forecast, developing an inch of snow possible starting on Monday, climbing to somewhat 5 inches of snow possible our Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, 1 on Thursday, and then clearing up by the time we step into, I believe it's President's Weekend. Here's a look at your morning commute for your Sunday fun day. Are you heading back to the Front Range just in time to catch your game day? You're going to find some icy spots on your commute. You're going to find some shoulder median snow, but somewhat dirty. Not so much the melting of snow bleeding into the roadways for your commute, but we are seeing at the Eisenhower Tunnel, a lot of other people have got the same ideas as far as hitting I-70, making their way on out there. As we're looking at your drive for the morning and that sunrise, be sure to have enough solution in your reservoir to clean your windshield off in case there is splashback, but paying attention to your drive as well. As you can see, it is somewhat busy, especially in the areas of the I-70 corridor right there. Looks like that is that lower screen, is that the westbound?
I think, yeah, that's westbound.
That's westbound? Is that heavier, lower screen?
That's
All right.
the lower left.
Okay, so we're seeing heavy westbound traffic, so people making their way into the mountains is what we're seeing there.
Yeah.
All right. Otherwise, locally, calm start to the morning, but people are certainly waking up and heading up here. Oh, there you go. The Eastville cameras, that westbound is that upper left over there is eastbound. And so, yeah, we have a little bit of heavy traffic making the way into the mountains to catch game day, to take advantage of the slopes. It is still the weekend. Let's go back out to Tricia Swenson right now and see what she's found in Beaver Creek. And I love seeing the corduroy. I love watching the development. It was a busy weekend yesterday on the mountain, both Vail and Beaver Creek. And I understand because of Bevo, which families from the Front Range like to get their kids into these skiing programs. And but you're over at the Sea Bar. That's a good hot spot for some pregame activity.
Well, yep, Ty, you know what? I thought I would let you know that the Sea Bar, they're going to be doing a squares game. So a lot of people like to bet on the game, and they can have all sorts of bets going on. But you can buy a square, and it's kind of a numbers game. And, then they usually do like a payout maybe in the second and fourth quarter. Sometimes they do it every quarter. Sometimes they wait to the end, and then the pool of money is a little bit more. But if you want to come down to Sea Bar, they're going to be doing the squares game today. So it's kind of fun especially if you don't really have a horse in the race, if you don't really have a team that you're following, like, the Kansas City Chiefs aren't your team or Philadelphia Eagles aren't your team. It's kind of fun to get involved with some kind of a bet. So they've got that going on later on today at Sea Bar.
It's very family oriented in a sense, and like group oriented and friendly oriented as well. But you're going to a different town. You're here for these random amount of days, and then you're just going to throw money on this cardboard hand drawn betting schema. And it's always interesting for me to see. But I've never betted ever. Have you ever played this game?
You know what? Yeah, I think I did. I didn't win. And I'm not very, I think it's more of a game of chance than skill anyway.
Yeah.
But, you know what, Ty, do you have my my Super Bowl rundowns?
What I have is I have a Super Bowl parties on the rundown where you mentioned going over to Kachina. Vail Country Club down in Avon is one of the places too. I'll let you run with this one.
Okay, well, so go down to where I say Sea Bar. Okay, on that list.
Okay, give me a second.
Because
there we go.
There was a study done by Harvard. Harvard did a study on like the best, like how to play squares. And so some of the numbers you want, I think you don't want 2s or 5s because in football, usually when you score the touchdown and kick the point, you'll get 7. So you want kind of the multiples of 7. If you're having something that the score ends in a 2 or a 5, a lot of weird things have probably gone on to make that happen.
So what it says here, it says at the Analyst Collective, the best square to have is a 7 on the favorites axis and 0 on the underdogs. The worst squares to have are 2s and 5s because it usually takes a combination of safeties, missed extra points, and more random things happen in the game to get scores like that.
Yep. So I just wanted to have that had that out there. You can Google the Harvard study on how to play squares, and it'll give you that idea. But hey, Ty, you mentioned Vail Country Club.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are thinking like, what? Vail Golf Club? No, no, no. Vail Country Club. This is in Avon. It's in Chapel Square. Ty and I are buddies with Kenny that
Oh
owns
yeah.
it or runs it. And they're having a fun thing going on today. So they're TrackMan golf simulators. They're going to be $65 all day. So if you want to come early, maybe play Pebble Beach, maybe play St. Andrews, play something fun. They've got all the different courses on there. And then Ty, they're doing some specials. They've got some drink specials for beer, wine, wells, and they've got a lot of TVs. I think they have 8 big screen
Now
TVs.
let's think about this: a world-class resort, right? And you're saying, "Oh, I just paid maybe $17 for like one beer." At Kenny's spot, and they're open almost 2 years now. The Vail Country Club in Chapel Square blend golf with football this Super Bowl Sunday at the Vail Country Club with 8 big screen TVs, $3 Coors Light and Carlsberg beer, $6 glasses of wine and wells, shot specials, and as you've mentioned, $65 golf simulators all day, mixing a blend of golf and the Super Bowl football with this one. There's even a halftime closest to the pin competition on their state-of-the-art TrackMan golf simulator at halftime that could earn you $100 in prizes. And right there, you can find out more by visiting VailCountryClub.com. I like hanging out at Kenny's new spot. Colorful, it's a new vibe, and he's got a liquor license, kind of like a late-night bar, if they're busy enough to go until last call, as they would call it.
Yeah, definitely. So that'd be a fun, different way, and pretty affordable. Wow, $3 Coors Lights and
$3.
Carlsberg. I mean, that sounds like college. That's college pricing.
Yeah. Welcome back to
Yeah.
college. So you also
Yeah.
mentioned
So
Chasing Rabbits and a couple other places. And Kachina, you've been hanging out there a lot lately. And I mentioned the Grand Hyatt Vail as far as that is concerned. What have you learned as far as Beaver Creek besides Sea-Bar and checking them out? Because the renovation over at the Coyote Cafe, there's got to be something.
Yeah.
This is one of those ear to the street type of, what have we heard if they're doing anything?
Well, you know what? I haven't heard anything official, but I think they'd be a great natural stop.
Oh, yeah.
They've expanded. They did their big remodel. They closed down last spring and didn't even open all summer long. They busted out a wall. They moved the bar. They've got a little more seating in there. And hey, football and nachos, that goes together. They've got a whole list of tequilas. They've got great margaritas. So yeah, that could be a place to go. I think even Dusty Boot, which is just on the other side over by the ice rink,
Oh, yeah.
that could be a good place to do it too. And Ty, I know you are in the restaurant business,
Yeah.
and traditionally, a Super Bowl Sunday, restaurants aren't very busy if they're not doing a special. So, like, you might have a good chance of getting into a restaurant. If you aren't going to watch the Super Bowl, you might have a better chance of getting into those hard to get reservations on a night like tonight.
Oh, very true. So that is the name of the game when you're on vacation, and let's say there's a wave of your family or your group that's taking to the mountains, but you're deciding not to. This is like the lay of the land. Go see who's got the shopping deals, but go and scope and stake out if that location for the Super Bowl is the best kept secret. Go there, like down to the Charter. Maybe I'm not sure what the name of the restaurants inside of the Charter now. But maybe something like that. And even with some of the bars that I've worked this time of year and where I'll be tonight, that our reservations are looking low. And I'm sure that we'll have the game on 3 of our screens as well. And, especially the one that I tend to watch because I'm looking forward to catching Rihanna's performance. But it's always good to get out and do the lay of the land and find the best hotspot to take advantage of to have all to yourself.
Yeah, you know what? I think like sushi restaurants, seafood, kind of the fancy restaurants, maybe like a Grouse Mountain Grill, Splendido, a Matsuhisa, they might have lower reservations tonight because so many people are either going to a house party, a condo party, or a place that has a scheduled party. So a little strategy going on, if you want to, like I said, get to some of those places that usually it's hard to get a reservation if you don't care about the game. Hey, you might be able to get in and have a nice dinner.
You know, if you want to check out a little bit more about what's going on with the Super Bowl, and especially on this property, the Grand Hyatt, as your post-up pregame location and for the game, let's take a look at your opportunity right now.
It's an exciting time here at the Grand Hyatt. Super Bowl is coming up and we have lots going on and how we can enjoy the big game day.
Well, we're really excited for it. So Sunday here at the Grand Hyatt, not only are we going to have some specials, we have extra TVs being brought in. So it's going to be pretty lively in our main lobby area, Fireside Lounge. We're going to be doing a huge addition to the menu for the day, lots of specials. I'm really excited for the chicken nachos. Chef Pascal's bringing his secret recipe from past life to this life, so we're stoked about that. We're gonna have all craft beers for $5. Specials will start at 3 o'clock on Sunday and go all the way through Super Bowl. I think Super Bowl's at 4:30. So a lot of fun things going on for Super Bowl. Parking will be complimentary for anyone coming on property. A nice little perk for all of our locals. So if you want to get out of the house, not fight the crowds, come over to the Grand Hyatt and enjoy.
Yes, I see the twice cooked wings. Can't go wrong, wings and football.
Right, and the Korean barbecue I think is my personal favorite. Such a nice little spice to it and get that flavor. So really exciting time. On top of football weekend though, we are right around the corner from Valentine's Day as well.
Yes.
And so I have a few fun things for Valentine's Day I wanted to show you. You know me, I love the food and the beverage. So we're gonna highlight a couple of the goodies that we have going on for Valentine's Day. Chef Pascal and Chef Kyle have come up with a great tasting menu. It'll start Friday the 10th and run all the way through Valentine's Day. They are gonna have choices of 2 appetizers, 2 entrees, and 2 desserts. In those, you can pick and choose, you can do the full tasting menu, a lot of options, which is really great. I'm most excited for our dessert. We have a strawberry and berry chocolate cake. It's got a couple different chantilly layers, raspberry cream, looks so good. And of course, what would a great dessert be without a great cocktail? We will have tons of Prosecco and champagne. This is my favorite personal chocolate martini.
Look at these hearts.
You know, it's Valentine's
So
Day.
awesome.
And you know, just get a little bit of the goodness.
You know, I think Valentine's Day is about going all out. You know, so these are just such a nice touch to make your meal feel special.
They are. It's a lot of fun, and of course, I can't, you know, not say parking is also included. I know that's such a big thing in the Valley. We're doing it through the whole weekend, so you have a lot of options. If you don't want to go out on Tuesday, you come out on Friday, Saturday, and it's just such a great, you know, addition to our menu. This menu will be for Gessner's Restaurant, and exciting to start at 5:30 on Friday.
So should we call ahead and get a reservation?
Always recommend it, but you know, if worst case your plans change, come see us. I'm sure we can figure out a spot for you.
Definitely. The views here at Gessner are just beautiful. You're looking at Gore Creek, you're seeing the hot tubs. I mean, it's really special.
It is.
So
It's a lot of fun.
plan your holiday Valentine's special here.
Yes.
At Gessner.
Well, cheers and happy Valentine's Day and happy Super Bowl.
Yes.
Love is in the air at the outlets at Castle Rock and Silverthorne. And we are going to wow you with some of the fabulous looks that we have to share with you today from J. Crew and Adidas. Let's take a look. Here's Rachel in J. Crew. I love her navy preppy blazer with striped lining, striped pink tee, amazing white jeans, white sneakers, and gorgeous pink ribbon earrings. With her savings card booklet, it'll be $197, saving $316. Here's Enza in J. Crew Kids with her denim jean jacket, her heart filigree tee, sweetheart leggings, heart necklace, and her white slip-on tennis shoes. Full outfit $101 with her savings card booklet. Wow, Liv, you look amazing in J. Crew sportswear line. From her fabulous striped button top, pink leggings, fleece jacket, pearlized headband, fingerless gloves, and her amazing tennis shoes with the pink and copper colors, all from the internet return. Her outfit $145 outlet. Fabulous. Kate is in Adidas in her pink hoodie, pastel leggings, black tote, and her white pink running shoes. Her whole outfit would come to $138. Okay, Rachel, you look fabulous in your amazing full-length bubble coat from Guess. You got your fabulous hoodie with the faux fur. And look at those adorable pearl gold shades. Whole outfit with the shades, $138. Here's Kate in Adidas with this black cropped jacket, $42. It's 40% off of their jackets. Here's Liv. She's in Guess in the most amazing puffer jacket with fleece detailing inside the hood. Love the black belt and the sunglasses. Jacket reduced to $65. And the shades are only $45 from $90. Love is in the air at the outlets at Castle Rock and Silverthorne. And just a reminder, be sure and pick up your savings card booklet at the outlets at Castle Rock in the food court at customer service and the outlets at Silverthorne at the Colorado Welcome Center. Love is in the air, and so are the discounts that you're going to find in the savings book. See you soon.
You're watching Vail Valley Live. Thanks for tuning in with us. Diaz here at the Grand Hyatt at Vail, location 1300 West Haven Drive. And if you're, again, just looking for a location to catch the Super Bowl today, game day, you can find deals and specials right here on property. We just shared with you that content. And if you would care to kind of see that again, YouTube for Vail Valley Live, you'll find that information about game day specials on this property and other places that we've listed on today's show. Trisha Swenson's up in Beaver Creek, and below me right here, Trisha, and below you too, the crawl of what's groomed on Beaver Creek: cinch, lower, bear trap, harrier. And harrier is one of my favorite spots for powder days. Groomers, I like to hit Latigo if it's not so busy out there. That's me. Or even just hitting Centennial, that Hollywood line. What about you?
You know what? We were just skiing Beaver Creek yesterday, and we didn't make it all the way over to Harrier. We started kind of Betcher Gulch, moved over to Main Mountain, and we did a Rose Bowl and a Latigo instead of Harrier. But Harrier, one of my kind of secret favorite runs too. Now, one thing you do need to keep in mind with Harrier is that lower portion, kind of right before you get to the Valley Catwalk, you do not groom. It is bumped out. But I kind of like to do it because it's not too long, and the bumps aren't too, Volkswagen-y, and, not too big. So it is kind of a good way to do it. So yeah, I like Harrier, but nice to know that that's groomed today. And yeah, from where I am at right now, like everywhere I look, I see corduroy. I thought I'd go by the little fire. Do you see the fire behind me, Ty?
I like hanging out there. My Facebook tends to, and my Google Photos tends to populate the reminders that I've snapped a photo sitting right there of just my feet, some cocoa from Vail Mountain Coffee, staring at that view behind you over there. So I love that spot. And it actually does keep you warm outside when you think, wow, it's just cold everywhere. But then you go by a fire outside in Beaver Creek like that, and you're actually quite warm.
I know, warm your hands kind of thing. You can do that. Or, here in Beaver Creek, we've got the CCA, the Common Consumption Area. So pretty much all the areas kind of in the village core, you can grab a drink from one of the participating restaurants or bars. They have it in a special CCA cup. And you could walk around and you could sit by the fire and enjoy a glass of wine or a margarita or a beer and watch the kids at the ice skating rink, do a little shopping, pop in, pop out. And a lot of people think, oh, was that just a COVID thing that stuck around? Actually, Beaver Creek was working on that before COVID, and it just kind of happened to come to fruition during that time when other areas were doing kind of that open container that you could take. But it's a thing. It's a thing here now. So that's one of the things, that there's so many beautiful fireplaces, and the oversized couches are just great for you to enjoy. But Ty, things are really picking up. I think people are getting their game on because it's game day as well. So they're going to get out here. They're going to, make some turns. They're going to catch this corduroy. They're going to hear the reverberation. They're going to feel it underneath. And lifts are going to open in, a little less than a half hour, 8:30.
I imagine that the corduroy sounds this morning, your edges of your skis, your snowboard against the snow. And to hear that corduroy sound, for those that aren't ski or boarders, it's very similar to if you were to just take your jacket and zip it. That's kind of like what that tread is like, and I love hearing that sound as well too. And like you're saying, a lot of action, already commotion going on right now. And behind you, we're seeing those avalanche dogs just sprinting. The corduroy groomers out there, the snowcats, they're making moves right now too. A lot of people on skis and snowboards, the mountain ready people that are going to get the terrain park ready, are a lot of movement going on behind you, just watching it and just being in that spot early in the morning. That's a resort thing too. Waking up early, bundling up, finding that fire, and watching how the behind the scenes happens before the lifts open. A lot of motion going on behind you, a lot to see.
Yeah, Yep, yep. All the workers, the ski patrol's getting up there. Yep, we just saw one of the avalanche dogs. I think maybe it was Luna or Ruby
Yeah.
over here. Yeah, but I think, and then today, for lunch, a couple lunch ideas. We went over to Mamie's
Oh yeah.
yesterday for lunch. Okay, so that's at the top of the Batcher Gulch Express, number 16. I came up, I took the bus up from the parking lot. I
Oh
got off here by the covered bridge, and then instead of coming to chair 6,
yeah.
I just went across the street and went to chair 12, and I was up no time to meet my family that was in town. And hey, you know what? We got the pretzel. We were gonna get just like some potato chips and like the Cliff Bar, and then we saw the pretzel on the menu. My sister and I, we couldn't even finish it. It was Ty. It's so big.
Wow.
It's just like so. It's a really good snack, but it could actually kind of double as a meal if you're just kind of trying to grab something quick. Otherwise, they've got their beef chili up there. They've got their bratwurst. And mother-in-law had the bratwurst, and he and a few other people at the table that we did know. But of course, you're kind of all trying to grab a seat. So a lot of times you're sitting with people that you've never met before, and they were all commenting on how good this bratwurst was. So that might be an assignment. You got to try the brat up here.
When you're out here at these resorts and you do run into people that you don't know, but we all have something in common, so we're strangers. We love the resorts, the snow, the mountain, the views, the decks, après, taking a little bit of beer, these giant pretzels, and if you can't finish it, for my quiver of the numerous jackets throughout the season that I can go into from the beginning of the season to the spring wear, and then next year when I put that jacket back on again, I might find that pretzel in there from last season, And so it happens. I'm laughing at Anthony. It happens to you too, doesn't it? It does happen. I found chicken wings in a backpack before that I couldn't finish. And I've skied on. And when the season changes, you go to a bigger or smaller backpack. The next season, take gear out again, and you're going, chicken wings are from last season are in here. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
life.
I think you should definitely check your pockets before we get done. Hey, no, Ty, you heard of either charcuterie ski or ski cooterie?
I
No,
saw
what this
a
is?
video, of Beaver Creek Ski Patrol having a little fun, they would just ski.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
On the boards, you do is when you bring your picnic items. Let's see if you got your cheese, your crackers, maybe dried fruit. Maybe like some prosciutto, salami, kind of. You can flip over either your skis or snow, and you can basically arrange it right base.
Yeah.
Maybe it's freshly waxed, and it's for a great presentation. You don't have to bring the cutting board with you.
Right.
You just flip over the skis or boards, and then line it up on. So that's kind of all the rage now.
All the rage of that, and I
Yes,
saw that in the
it
paper
is.
not too long ago. It's so cool. It's so fun to do. But someone has to have the eye to create presentation like that so that it looks legit and official. And of course, paired with a local beer. It sounds like a lot of fun. Have you ever done that before, though? Have you ever done a short cruise ski?
Well, I was supposed to. It's having a ski day, and I was supposed to join them on Friday, but then my sister, they were gonna attempt it. So I just see if there's any pictures, maybe on Instagram that they did to see how that shirt or ski cooterie. You can kind of play on words, however one of you had today. Today is going to be just another one of those gorgeous days to maybe get out to Blue Sky Base, grills, or some of the other many decks that we have here. On in, I had someone ask me like, well, do you rent those out? Like how it's served. Usually you send someone with some backpacks, kind of stake out your picnic table. But that's something we do today, and have a little up there. You can always purchase things from, maybe get a quiche or some of those empanadas. Put them in your pocket and up and have a little picnic up there.
It's a creative approach to enjoying your vacationing and boarding out of the slopes or meeting up with your groups as foot traffic, because they're first come and first served basis. That reminds me of what it takes to get before they sell out. And so for the viewers that are here with us right now and those that are just in time for a show, on Valentine's Day, you can catch at the Vail Performing Arts Center in Beaver Creek. There is Aris Quartet. Stop there. The continuing of shows throughout this week. You can find the lineup on this. The Parsons Dance at the Vail. And so, Tricia, any shows this week? Because again, you have family in town. First come, first served basis on tickets.
Well, you know what? Okay, I know that Heather was talking about the show on Tuesday, Vail with the Aris Quartet. What's really neat about this is it's going to be very intimate. It's a gallery. So when you walk into the lobby with the guitar, off to the left is the May Gallery. And so it's playing in there. It's a little bit of a higher price ticket. It's $125, but that's going to include some specialty wines and some chocolates for Valentine's Day. This is part of their series. The doors will open at 6, and the music will start at first so. And this could be just a different way Valentine's Day. And it's early enough that maybe you could go to a later dinner, maybe have a night appetizer someplace, or go early and maybe have something around 3 or 5, and then go and see the show. But yes, so that's kind of a Valentine's Day. So and then the dance, if you love the Vail Dance Festival, which happens late July and early August, this is for you, because when you can see dance at the Vail, it's just so amazing. You're just so up close to it. It's more intimate. The Ford Amphitheater, 2,500 people, whereas the Vail fits about 500, 535. So you're just closer to this, and just to see, I call them athletes, because to do the feats that they do on stage, they look so great and so easy, and hardly even you see their breath. It's like, wow, these are true professional athletes.
I'm guilty of that too when I see a good show or performance, and it's kind of like watching a movie where you're a fan of an action scene or a different actor, where you become in their place, and then you think to yourself, do that too. It's fun to watch dance and perform. It just takes you there. But when the show ends, you think to yourself, I'm not limber enough to perform like that. What was I thinking? But that's how magical it is to take in these shows. But let's think about those that are athletes. Maybe they want to pregame in a different way. On Beaver Creek Mountain, there is an athletic approach to today. I'm talking about the Creekside Race Series with the red kicks off at 8:30 and 9:30, and then you'll find the race kicking off at 10 o'clock. 5K, 10K. Sure, I can do that moment before the Super Bowl.
Ty, definitely. If you want to have a lot of nachos later, those wings that we've been hearing about, yeah, get 10K on today. Now, and we do say race, but don't let that ache you. Yeah. You can do it as leisurely as you want, the 5K or the 10K. I do the 5K a lot with friends because it was a way to get some exercise, but you could still talk the whole time. And then afterwards, I have all the prizes for the top 3 in all the categories, and then they're also going to have raffle prizes. So you won't win a medal, but you might win a cool raffle prize. And they're going to have a hot meal for you after party right down their plaza. So last month, the route is down by Creekside Park. And many people are like, wait, where's Creekside Park? So think like where the Vail Center is, and then below that. Like you probably are driving by Creekside Park and kind of down by the golf course. And then next month, in March, we're going to go Ahoy Park. And that's where the new ski runs are, but there has been there for decades. So they bring people up Strawberry Park lift, and a great way to culminate. A lot of people do this whole series, one a month, January, February, March. So we're going to have that one on today. Yeah, and I should go check
I saw that too.
I thought we were doing like some exercises. Getting us ready, getting us all limber. Getting your warmed up. So maybe I'll go down there because registration registration will start pretty soon, so I can let people know that is.
So
And
if
then
anyone
10 o'clock is when the race starts.
So to register, but they're not, maybe they won't make it to today's race series of this 3-month series, that you can go to the Eventbrite's website and get signed up there or about that and plan for the next race, which happens in March on the 20th, the final race to take place at McCoy Park Nordic area. But again, want to do something like that today, your athletic approach to game day, but it's your game. And it's a friendly competition. It is Beaver Creek's Creekside Series. And again, registration opens at 8:30, which is in just another 15 minutes, until 9:30. And then the race itself kicks off at 10, a fun way to enjoy, especially here in Beaver Creek. What we're going to do right now is take a little bit of a break, right? And we'll come back and we'll let you know about more of the happenings, maybe reiterate the weather, some Super Bowl locations. Stay close to us.
It's summertime, and that means entertaining is in full swing. So at home, or you need to bring an app someplace, Allie Stevens from Taste is going to give us an idea on a quick appetizer that really improves the look of this.
Yes, it's gorgeous. It's so nice. So we just, as you said, fresh shrimp, some Spanish or Mexican chorizo, cook it up, and after it's marinated, and it creates a beautiful dish that people will.
Okay, perfect. So, well, let's get started with the marinade. And a lot of times you'll have your house.
Yes, absolutely. And if you don't, you can improvise. These are just a nice flavor. You'll see when you taste it. So a quarter cup of olive oil would be good for about 40 shrimp.
Right.
And then dry sherry is delicious. So about a teaspoon, Trisha.
Okay.
And you can find that at a local liquor store.
Dry sherry.
And then a red wine vinegar, also about a tablespoon of that. And then dried oregano. If you do have fresh oregano for when you're done cooking it, otherwise it'll wilt and turn brown process. So just about a teaspoon or so of the oregano.
Good to use dry herbs versus.
Yes, so if you're using them to cook. And then roasted garlic, so we just chop that up and toss that in there.
Perfect. Oh, the smell is delicious too. And then how long?
We'll marinate this about 30 minutes. And again, so the different vinegars in there will start to cure it as if you're making ceviche. Go too long.
Okay.
So, all right. So we just marinate our shrimp.
Okay, perfect. And then your chorizo. So you mentioned Spanish or Mexican. That's got the little spicy.
Spanish or Mexican. It just depends on the seasonings that you like and what you care. This is the Mexican chorizo, fully cooked, but nice when you brown it up afterwards. So then we'll just skewer them up after they've marinated.
And this is something you could have the kids help you do as well.
Yes, they will love. So just put your shrimp on first, and then it conveniently hugs your chorizo. Yes. All right. And then you're ready to saute it.
And then what temperature for the saute?
Medium high for 2 to 3 minutes aside. You're really just trying to cook the shrimp on the chorizo.
Okay. Well, I love this, Allie. It's quick, it's impressive. So you can either make it for a party at home or bring it over to a friend's house. More great ideas that you have. What's your website?
It is seasonachote.com.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neuros, a one-stop shop. We have everything in-house.
We have cast techs, MRI, X-ray, of course, right at the clinic, physical therapy right at our clinic.
The bottom of what your diagnosis is with all the resources we have, and that's what we.
All right, you're watching Vail Valley Live, giving you another look at the Grand Hyatt at Vail, your home for many things, from your game day specials for the Super Bowl tonight, as well as your Valentine's Day specials and deals. And so let's give you a look at it now. Starting the morning off, Vail and Beaver Creek in the teens. Seeing a lot of blue sky out there. Looks gorgeous. The sunshine has been in our favor all week long, though. We've seen some spotty activity of some snowstorms here and there, and then it's been opening back up to these bluebird days. Today, we're going to find that again, like yesterday. It was gorgeous out there, but will we find the crowd? And as we look at today's high temperatures, we're looking forward to the mid to upper 30s just about in the sun. So you're going to need that sunscreen while you're going to need the proper eyewear while being out in the snow when it's bright out there in your eyewear. Snow blindness, also known as photokeratitis, it really does cause some pain, some tearing, and just think about when someone hits your eyes and you just can't see for like a while. Well, this one is severe than just that camouflage. So yeah, protect your eyes while you're out in the sun today. As the sky conditions, but take a lot of pictures, and if you want, you can share them with us, Vail Valley Live, Instagram, or our Facebook right there. The next couple of days, we're looking at some star region, also known as fog. We're also looking for the potential channel an inch or so possible, especially around the time Tuesday, and by the time Thursday, Friday, they're saying that we could receive 10 inches possible, both Vail and Beaver Creek Mountains. So there are the numbers right there. The greatest chance or increase of snow, we're looking at our Tuesday, Wednesday window right there. At the bottom of the screen, you'll notice there's a crawl of what's groomed on both Vail and Beaver Creek Mountain. So if you're getting out there today, this is that list that you could also find on Beaver Creek's website, beavercreek.com, of what's groomed. That way you can chase the groomers that are within your ability, be it a green run, a blue run, an intermediate, or something on the black diamonds, and the double black diamonds are usually filled with moguls. But yeah, knowing the mountain before you go. Let's see what made headlines in today's newspaper, the Vail Daily. This is always fun. A good mix and mash of your winter experience would mean opera and live music. Right here at the Golden Hour, you'll find Corey Montgomery plays to the opera ski crowd. Yesterday at the Park Hyatt in Beaver Creek, always live music in that beautiful lobby that they have there. And despite just starting his set, the crowd has already gotten into his music. And I'm sure you're ready to tap your feet along even today, looking for live music up and down the valley. There's plenty of places to find it. Just use your ear and follow the crowd and listen for the singing. Local and regional, busy, a day in the life of a baby beaver. And as you can see in these photo and images, beavers are a keystone species and a great habitat for many kinds of creatures like birds, bugs, and toads. And in the summertime, you can see over by Beaver Lake and the Five Senses Trail, you can see some of these dam builds and images like this, but in real life out there on these trails. What a fun story you can find about the busy beavers in the local regional A2 of today's newspaper. Flying in and out of the valley, some make it to Denver, some choose landing locally. But there's always room for improvement to make your travels more luxurious and convenient and pleasant and fun and regional. Airport planning for the next 20 years growth. They're looking at forecasting expects roughly 20% increase in operations over the next 2 decades. To find out more about what the Eagle County Regional Airport are looking to do, and for your opinions and to learn more about the stakeholders and all those who are involved, you can find this story on page A3 in today's newspaper. Looking at the sports and outdoors, Ski and Snowboard Club Vail skiers mix it up with the sport's best at DU. In this image, you'll find McCabe and Luke Lee duke it out on Friday's 5K individual skate start. And so more about this story is found on page A18 in today's newspaper. And in our 5th topic, this one is arts and entertainment. Always goes with dinner, always goes with opera, always goes with being local. But who doesn't like tacos? Do you dream about it? And you could find the tacos at El Segundo. Eagle expands local taco potential. That's what this is. Anthony and I were looking at this image and we're like, that doesn't look like the El Segundo at Vail on Bridge Street, but the expansion is that apparently there's a new El Segundo, Taco Dreams, down in Eagle. To find out more about this topic, visit the arts and entertainment in today's Vail Daily. All right, we're going to go over to Tricia Swenson right now. And Tricia, I see you found a nice place to get a photo taken. Did you bring any tacos with you for photo opportunities?
Well, this is new. I haven't seen this yet. So they've got this ice thrill right next to Creek Sports, right by the covered bridge, and they have these little trees next to it as well. There's penguins on the side, so a good little photo op later on. And then just on the other side of the bridge, that's where they're doing the registration for the snowshoe race that's going to happen at 10 a.m. today, a 5K and a 10K. So if you want to burn some calories before all the great snacks later on for the Super Bowl, this could be a good way to do it. And it wraps up early enough. They do have a post party afterwards, but you can still ski after that if you wanted to. Ski or ride, get out there. But it's getting busy. We've got the bus loads of people just coming down the sidewalk, coming off of of the Bridge Street. I think a lot of people are trying to get out there early and then maybe go to their Super Bowl party, go to their friend's house, maybe they're hosting their own party. Maybe they got a big pot of chili cooking, getting ready in the crock pot. But people are getting after it this morning for sure.
Beaver Creek, the memories and the views of just looking at Beaver Creek and wondering if it still looks the same from being there, seasons ago, years ago, or every year returning. And where you're standing, you found that sculpture, and you frequent Beaver Creek a lot, but that's the first that you've noticed that it's there. Walking around Beaver Creek, you could find plenty of art and sculpture around. But that location, if anyone else would care to find it, right over your shoulder, that tree, that ice sculpture, and that knoll, Beaver Creek itself runs right through there.
Oh yeah, yep. So just you can't see. There's a big snowbank covering that, but yeah, where the bridge is and that creek, and it still runs. It doesn't freeze in the winter because it's just always pretty active. So and that thing will be raging this spring when all that snow up valley melts, and it's pretty incredible to take a look at that. But a very popular place in the summertime to kind of hang on down by the rocks and everything. They've got the seating areas and all that right there. But people do ask, they're like, hey, what creek is that? And it's like, it's actually Beaver Creek.
That's Beaver Creek, yeah. And so that's also a nice little guide to get to Creekside Park, like you said. And walking through there where you are over that knoll, there's a walkway and a couple of beautiful little bridges that people take their iconic wedding photos or that they were in Beaver Creek right there. It also is a nice little walkway that brings you to the garages as well as over to the Villar to catch shows. Walking around Beaver Creek, it's an adventure in itself.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. And you know what, Ty? Right across the way here, so they've got the remember Reflections. Okay,
yes.
So this is one of the exhibits in the Beaver Creek Wonder, and so all of these are stainless steel, polished stainless steel, and really cool. If you go a little bit closer, you can see that they are. Yeah, I mean, really, they are reflections. So all these little mirrors, if you will.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
I like the magic that it's bringing on this show, the way you have that frame up going on right now, too.
Yeah, and then, the snow globe, which is just up the escalators. Meredith was in that the other day. And then the big goggles by the ice rink, those are called Super G. So that kind of pays homage to our racing that we have up on the mountain when Birds of Prey comes here each and every year. So kind of some fun art, that interactive art as well. You can go in that snow globe, you can get your picture taken. At night they've got it lit up with some really cool lights. So it's pretty neat right here.
The lights are being captured quite nicely with those reflections like you're saying there, but also the lay of the land as you were walking over to there. It's like, whoa, Romini, the gelato and coffee shop store, it's still there. Then looking just above, noticing all the international flags, and the eye carries over that the lift ticket office is still there. But then just more to the right of it, you'll find the newly renovated Coyote Cafe. It's been there since the times of President Ford. And to get there from the level that you are, right in front of the Burton store and Reflections, the escalators are right there. Very convenient. And what's really cool about Beaver Creek and escalators, it kind of takes the effort out of walking around to hit those different tiers. You could become winded, but the escalators kind of cascade using so many different levels to access Beaver Creek, and every time you turn around, there's yet another view.
Yeah, there definitely is. So, yeah, come out here, and it's really cool because the light is hitting that building, so it's really brightening up what we have right here with the reflections. So, pretty fun. Ty, you know what? I don't see a cloud in the sky.
We don't either.
Have skies today. It's going to be just gorgeous.
Trisha, thank you very much for your reporting over in Beaver Creek this morning. And at the bottom of the screen, if you're heading to Beaver Creek today, that's what's groomed at Beaver Creek. Trisha Swenson extended you the invitation to get out there and see Beaver Creek for yourself and enjoy the day, and also to discover where you'll find your Super Bowl parties over in Beaver Creek, and also some of the detail we shared with you over at Vail. But we want to thank you for watching Vail Valley Live this morning. To catch what you've missed this morning, go over to YouTube and click the link and choose the dates and watch this one all over again. But But there you'll also find some other packages and information about what happens around the valley up and down any time of year. You can even catch some of the earlier shows from when this show first began 2 years ago. But to share this program with you, with some friends and family, or that you're talking to, again, the reminder, go to Facebook or YouTube, click like and subscribe, and a notification every morning just before 7:30 will let you know that the show is starting. All right, look at the time, 8:30. It's your turn to get out and explore. Tell us what you find. We'll see you here tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching.